Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus back at the house. Oh, it feels so good. I hope you saw my video earlier today. We took the side-by-side up to the top of the mountain and read books. Oh, it was perfect. But do you know what I was missing all day? My library. And I'll tell you why. Because our wonderful friend Kiva, while I was up there, mentioned that she was getting ready to read and have hot chocolate and marshmallows. And I swear that's all I could think about, getting back home and making my hot chocolate marshmallows and reading books in my cozy little library. So I'm going to grab a cup, we'll head up and play with some books. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for all day. Got my hot cocoa nestled in with my books. You probably noticed I brought my chair down from the tippy top up there because it's so comfortable. I wanted it in my library too. So today, I'm going to get to the books here in a second, but I have to touch on this. I was up there and I got a message from Kiva. She's in our book club. We're going through the little Paris bookshop. And she said she just got home, was getting her hot cocoa marshmallows. I couldn't stop thinking about it. But I went up, had a beautiful day. I mean, if you saw that video, you see, I mean, it's heaven on earth. But then I came back, grabbed my dirt bike, and I wasn't done playing, and headed up all through the mountain trails. I crash. I'm lucky if it's once every time I go out. And as I was flying through the air, I was thinking, Magus, don't you wish you were at home with your hot cocoa, with your books? And then I started thinking about Wind in the Willows and how much I've fallen in love with books and hot cocoa, and books are kind of my thing, kind of like Rat. His thing is boats. Listen to this. So Molly's, he's asking him, Ratty, is boats really that nice? He goes, nice? It's the only thing, said the water rat solemnly as he leaned forward from his stroke. Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing half so much worth doing is simply messing about in boats. And that's that famous line, of course, Wind in the Willows. I love that. I've used that so many times because you guys know I used to be a boat captain. But now, my friends, that's how I feel about books. There's nothing so much worth doing is messing about in books. I don't care if I'm going to the bookstore or if I'm sitting here in the library reading them or talking about them. It's taken over my mind. And so I thought it's funny today as I'm flying through the air, I was just picturing myself here in the library with my hot cocoa and my books, my friends. Oh my. Oh, that's good. So I'm always trying to get books that I love, that I know you guys will love. Anne of Green Gables. I know I've talked about Wind in the Willows, Anne of Green Gables a lot, but I just want you to fall in love with them like I have. Let me read just a little bit of this to you. It says, they had driven over the crest of a hill. Below them was a pond, looking almost like a river, so long and winding was it. A bridge spanned it midway, and from there to its lower end, where an amber-hued belt of sandhills shut it in from the dark blue gulf beyond. The water was a glory of many shifting hues, the most spiritual shadings of crocus and rose and ethereal green, with other elusive tintings for which no name has ever been found. Above the bridge the pond ran into the groves of fir and maple, and lay all darkly translucent in their wavering shadows. Here and there a wild plum leaned out from the bank like a white-clad girl tiptoeing to her own reflection. And from the marsh at the head of the pond came the clear, mournfully sweet chorus of the frogs. There was a little gray house peering around a white apple orchard on a slope beyond, and although it was not yet quite dark, a light was shining from one of its windows. Oh, just beautiful. Anne of Green Gables. And this whole story, I know I talk about it a lot. It is so precious. I love it so much. Series I'm reading right now, Magus of the Library. I know I talk about this a lot. So good. And today, it's got like these wonderful life lessons in it. Not only is it the most beautiful art that I've seen in a manga, and of course I love it just because, of the Magus and the Magi story, but the message that they get to you. And so today was about working together, that you're not all alone, and don't try to do this life alone. Look at that. That looks like something out of Anne of Green Gables right there. So I'm loving this. If you want to check out Manga, Magus of the Library, please get this one. It might be my favorite so far out of the manga. And then Anne of Green Gables, Wind in the Willows. And I do, guys, I'll come here, and I do have new books that I'm reading, but usually when I sit down with my Coco, I'll grab books that just make me feel good like that. I'll read some Anne of Green Gables. I'll grab some Circe. I'll read a little picture of Dorian Gray. Oh, should we? Who's still with me? Go to the comments, let me know if you're still with me, so I know that I'm not wasting my time when I'm reading these to you guys. Let me read just the first paragraph of Picture Dorian Gray. Now, I start in the first chapter. I don't start with a little prelude that he does, talking about art and all that. So it says, the studio was filled with a rich odor of roses, and when the light summer wind stirred amidst the trees of the garden, there came through the open door the heavy scent of the lilac, or the more delicate perfume of the pink flowering thorn. From the corner of the divan of Persian saddlebags on which he was lying, smoking as was his custom, innumerable cigarettes, Lord Henry Wotton could just catch the gleam of the honey-sweet and honey-colored blossoms of laburnum, whose tremulous branches seemed hardly able to bear the burden of a beauty so flame-like as theirs. And now and then the fantastic shadows of birds in flight flitted across the long tussore silk curtains that were stretched in front of the huge window, producing a kind of momentary Japanese effect, and making him think of those pallid, jade-faced painters of Tokyo who, through the medium of an art that is necessarily immobile, seek to convey the sense of swiftness and motion, the sullen murmur of the bees shouldering their way through the long unmown grass, or circling with monotonous insistence round the dusty gilt horns of the straggling woodbine, seemed to make the stillness more oppressive. The dim roar of London was like the burden note of a distant organ. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, I just wanted to share my little cozy library ritual I do here with my Coco and some of my favorite writings. And now I'm going to do some reading. I love, love, love you.